Hey guys, welcome back to Raphaelsinsights. Welcome. I welcome you into the world of the esoteric, the divine, the beautiful, you guys. Oh my God, you guys, has it been a year? And it's been a tough one. It's been a tough one energy-wise because this energy has been bombarding me from like the minute we hit this year. It's like it has not left me. And the fact that the energy kind of picked up even worse towards the end, it's bombarding me even worse. It's like next year is going to be worse. 2021 is going to be worse in its own way, but it's also us returning to harmony. But before we get to that, you guys, thank you guys so much for everybody who follows me and believes in me and trusts me, you guys. I am so grateful that I found my calling, because you guys, before I felt like I didn't have anything like going for myself. I felt like I was just like there. I didn't belong anywhere. And now I understand why I don't belong anywhere. It's because I belong here doing this, you guys. I'm definitely grateful for the opportunity, the revelation that I had, the fact that I was chosen for this, and that I listened to, and I'm so happy that I listened to God and the angels when they came to me, and they were like, back in November 2019, when they were like, hey, it's time for you to give your predictions. Because if you know my story, I was 22 when I had the revelation, and it wasn't till November 2019 when I was 24 when they told me to, like, hey, it's time for you to say your predictions. It's time for you to tell them what you see. And I didn't understand why. I just knew that they wanted me to do that, and so I did it. And I am so grateful because this grew in a way that I didn't imagine. And now that I've opened myself up to this more and more and more, I see where I'm going to end up. And this is going to become so big, you guys. This is going to continue to grow, especially because this is God's plan and the angels' plan. It's not something that I just randomly chose. They put me on this path, and I know that they've already told me. Another vision that they've told me is that I am going to be, it's going to grow into something humongous, you guys. That this where we're at is not even close to where we're going to be. And it's beautiful, and it's nice to know that I'm doing this and it's going to go somewhere, but it's also scary. And you guys, I'm ready. And again, I'm grateful for every single one of you. And again, thank you guys so much for everything. You guys, one more thing before we go to the predictions, go down in the description below, follow me on all my social media, follow me on my Instagram, my YouTube channel, subscribe, my TikTok, my everything, you guys, everything you can follow me, you guys. Again, I'm grateful for you guys. And my P.O. box is also down there because someone was asking me about my P.O. box. My P.O. box is also at the bottom. You guys can send me letters, packages, whatever you want to send me, you guys. I'm grateful about everything. And if you send me a question through a letter, it's going to take me a while to respond to you, but I will get to it, I promise. Again, you guys, thank you so much for everything. Let's get to the video. The card of the devil. The devil. Those people of power are continuously controlling everything. 2020 was the year to start world domination, pretty much dominating everybody, putting new people in power, using this pandemic to remove people of power and put new people in power in that sense, right? The card of the devil is going to be causing a lot of problems. I do see a lot of catastrophes because this card is going to rule from the minute we hit 2021 to the end of the year. A lot of catastrophes, a lot of rage. Another vision that I get is that there's going to be a ruler that's going to be trying to start a war, and this card is dominating him, telling him to do it now, to take control now, it's his time. And it's going to be like that whisper in his ear, and he's going to be getting very aggressive with other countries. And that's another vision that I have. And a war wants to start. I know I had told you last year, well, this year, I keep talking about it as like it's already happened, but this year in 2020, I know I've told you that I had a vision that we were going to be in a war, but hopefully it doesn't start. But that energy of war is there, so that means a lot of terrorist attacks. One vision that I have for you is also that I keep seeing a plane crash. There's multiple plane crashes that I see. Again, I still see that plane crash with multiple political people in it, and they pass away. I see one with an artist in it, some sort of an aircraft, I should say. And then there's the other one where I see an aircraft crashing into a building. And again, I've been telling you that 9/11 wants to repeat itself. And I see that energy of terrorists. That's why we had that catastrophe happen for Nashville on December. You guys, that is such a holy, such a divine day, such a beautiful day. And the fact that happened on that day tells you that the devil is very present, tells you that the devil is still very strong, is going to continue to do. And to me, when I saw that, I had another vision, and it just reassured me that there's going to be a terrible terrorist attack that's going to happen in 2021. I see a building exploding, whether the whole building, a skyscraper, something like that exploding, a bigger explosion. These little explosions that we've been seeing, it's going to be something bigger that's going to manifest itself. With the devil dominating, I see terrorist attacks getting more violent and more aggressive. And I do see a plane either hitting a building or crashing in the middle of a city or in the middle of something very important. But the energy of plane crashes are going to be very, very strong. Very terrible catastrophes are going to be following, worse than in 2020, are going to be following through 2021. The people of power are going to be ruling throughout 2021, again, removing people that are already in power that they don't want no more. New leaders, new leaderships, again, it's going to continue to follow into 2021. We're going to see more people of power fall, whether presidents, queens, kings, whatever it is, very powerful politicians being removed from power. This card here is going to continue ruling in that sense. Whether the tower is going to be one of those cards that's also ruling, and the tower is just more of like climate. It does talk about buildings. It does talk about explosions and fires. It talks about catastrophes being very, very intense. This card ruled throughout 2020. This card rolled throughout 2020, and you saw all those terrible catastrophes. This card is staying ruling in 2021. The only thing is that catastrophes in the sense of like weather, like super intense hurricanes and cyclones and things like that, it's not really going to be very present. Water-related events are not going to be very present other than that tsunami. There's still a very strong tsunami that's going to carry over into that year that I still continue to see. And this card here is just saying that the wind is going to be stronger than ever. The cold is going to be stronger than we've ever seen before. That there's going to continue to be very, very terrible and horrible snowstorms. It's going to be very, very hot. There's going to be terrible and worse fires than we've seen in 2020. There's going to be terrible windy tornadoes and in that sense. But the water is the only thing that's going to be lacking. And earthquakes are going to be very intense. Again, this also represents very, very terrorist attacks getting even more intense as well. Another thing that this card is talking about in the more positive energy is talking about radical changes, dramatic changes. Again, dramatic changes in laws, dramatic changes in different countries, different leaders also in 2021. 2021 is ruled by different leaders as well, new leaders taking power. And this is also talking about people that are already in power, people that will be removed. There's going to be a lot of radical changes. Even the way that we think, we're never going to think like humanity used to think before 2020, and it's going to continue to grow. Our knowledge is going to continue to advance faster than ever before, and the alien sightings are going to continue. The aliens are waiting for us to be ready to reveal themselves, and I've already made that prediction since last year that I do see us seeing them and one day getting there to it's like we're nearing that point to where they're going to be like, okay, look, you guys, this is an alien, and this does exist. And they've been kind of like slowly releasing that information, but we're going to get there, you guys. I see it being very soon as well. But dramatic changes in politicians, leaderships, economical, and let's see what else. Economical and religions as well. There's a new religion that wants to come up, and it's going to continue to push up, and we're going to see a new religion kind of develop and just come out of nowhere, and people start following that. Again, new world order is being followed through this year as well. And with the sun ruling, you guys, I do see new vaccines. Either these vaccines aren't going to be as promising as they expect them to be. There's something complicated about these vaccines, but I don't feel like this is going to affect absolutely everyone. This is going to be just very specific people. Certain blood types aren't going to be able to take that vaccine, or there's something complicated with these vaccines that they don't know just yet. And I see it manifesting in this year sometime. So I definitely see more vaccines. I see at least like 8 new vaccines or 8 vaccines in total. I want to say like 4 to 8 vaccines that are going to be coming out. And then also, you guys, this is going to be a very, very complicated year economically, because we're returning back to that economical, like being economically stable. But before we return to it, I do see the economy crashing. I do see the government shutting down one more time or shutting down again. Take care of your money. If you could put some money away, because a lot of people are going to need to close businesses again. A lot of people are going to be being let go of. Another complicated year in that sense. With the world ruling, you guys, The months that are going to be the worst in 2021 are going to be March, July, and November. Those are going to be the worst months out of, you know how I told you that March, August, and September were the worst months in 2020? The worst months in 2021 are going to be March, June, July, and November. Those are going to be the months that are going to be the worst. With June, July, it can be something that happens and carries over to July, but I definitely feel it being more March, July, and November, just months to definitely watch out for, because those are the months that are going to be like catastrophic, marks history forever. There's going to be those months that like the worst can happen, where like either a meteorite hits Earth and creates a tsunami or something like that. So it's going to be very intense things that mark history. Well, you guys, that is it. That is all the predictions that I have for you for 2021. I know it's going to be another intense year. The catastrophes are going to be worse. The earthquakes are going to be worse. The fires are going to be worse. The only thing that we won't see that much is hurricanes and a lot of rain. This is the terrorist attacks is one of the main things that I'm really worried about, because I do see people either bombing each other, missiles being shot at each other. I see a lot of terrorist attacks in 2021, a lot of violence in 2021, a lot of people attacking each other, a lot of that energy of like shootings, mass shootings and things like that. Just when the devil's ruling, anything can happen, you guys. He's whispering in everybody's ears and making them think that they're the ones that need to take control of power. And this is also for leaderships as well. But that is pretty much it. There will be a part 2, you guys. Thank you guys so much for everything. Again, follow me on all my social medias, and we're going to get through this next year as well. Again, this year, those who get through this next year, you've already made it through 2020, through 2021, all the way to 2022. You're going to be getting everything that you've been trying to fight for. Again, we're still in that energy of fixing things, and the angels of justice are still here. The judgment is still going to continue throughout 2021, but we're also starting to come out of that judgment and starting to see the outcome of all those changes that are going to give. But again, if you've been trying to get your papers, this is going to be the year for you. Do not miss this year. Take your opportunity. This is going to be it for you. You guys, thank you guys so much for everything. I'll see you guys for part 2. And again, follow me for all my social medias. I love each and every one of you. And goodbye. I'll see you next time.